Okay, so we just have we got to make a vertical panel, and in this case we have two seams in it. Now, just to give you a little bit of an illustration and demonstration of how I kind of lay these things out. First of all, I just want to make sure that my figure looks kind of in coordinating, so it looks nice and symmetrical, and it doesn't do anything out of the ordinary, and it kind of looks natural. So labeling this, I do a triangle, so I always know which way is up, and then I go AA, and then I go BB on the second panel. So I always know which order it goes in and which way is up. And just as a good rule of thumb, take my tape measure here. Now, we're using biscuits, and I already did one side already. And I have a biscuit jointer, and it makes little curves into the edge here, and it fits these little football shaped little biscuits. And when glue hits this, these swell up into the joint, and so that it locks itself in position, and it locks that part of the panel in position. Now we got 6 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and yeah, that's significant of holding power to hold these together. And we will show you how to tape it all together, so this will more or less look seamless. And yeah, and so I'm just going to show you the technique I use to mark out where my biscuits go. Okay, so in this case, we could have used 5, one in the center, and then 1, 2, and then 1, 2. That probably would be significant enough, but we do have strong magnets that I plan on using for the installation process, and it's going to be a little bit tight, so they're pretty powerful magnets. So I want to make sure that my panel is not going to fall apart when they pull off the panel with the magnets. So yeah, let me get showing you how it's done, and we'll go on from here. Okay, so I'm just going to move this in position here. Let's see if, okay, right on there, should be good. Okay, so make sure I'm nice and flush here and here. Okay, that's nice. Now, on something like this, I'll go 2 inches in on both sides, and 2 inches there, and I make sure my line goes over both parts, and so when it's more or less a sign, we can easily realign this. So my rule of thumb, I go every 2 and 7, so I'll go 2, 7, and then on the 2 on 12, and the 7 at 17, and then usually I'll go with another 2, but we already have a mark here at 24 and a half, so instead of 2, I'm just going to go in the 1 and make it 21. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect, but this is enough strength that it's really going to hold itself, and it's going to lock itself into the right position, and we don't have to worry about it breaking and dismantling itself. So that's how I lay out where my biscuit joints go. And then yeah, we're just gonna machine. I'll get rid of my biscuits, or lamellos. Sometimes I call them lamellos. This is the brand. And I said I already did this side, so I'm going to show you on this side. So shift that over. I'm going to push this over a little bit. Okay. Yeah. And so if you can see those little markings still. Now with the biscuit jointer, I have it so that you when you depress it. Okay, there's the blade there. I got myself unplugged right now. So there's how it makes that one half of the little biscuit or football shaped biscuit. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I brought this fence line down and I locked it in position, and so now I know that it's 90 degrees, and then it has line here and also has the center line there as well, and one on top of the lap, because some applications you can actually just butt up to something and use that as alignment, the straight line to straight line, or you flip this down and then you can have it at that. And this does go up and down. We can adjust that through this. We just loosen this up and then we can adjust the height of this to make sure that we're going to be close on center of all of any kind of thickness that you're looking at. So yeah, let's get started, and I'm just going to quickly get these done and see how you like it. So again, I'm just lining my mark with the center line here, and then I just make sure that's pressed flat. That holds the whole thing up, and then it's pretty much just depressing. My little line there. Just line that up. Alright, so we're just going to do a dry fit. We're just going to make sure that our seams are good, our biscuit joints line up right. It's always good to figure these things out at this stage, than to have problems in the future. So, like now when I look at this, it's a lot easier. My joint's pretty tight. Okay, so I don't have to work very hard to make sure it looks seamless. So yeah, there you go. And yeah, so that's that one joint. Then I'm going to do the other. Okay, this one. That one. Absolutely. We'll just slip in there. Thanks, Matt. And make sure they're centered. Okay. Oh, that looks beautiful. Yeah, that looks really nice. So we're not going to have a problem at all. It's going to look like one vertical panel, and that's exactly what we want to do. Okay, so we're just going to take this apart, and we're going to start putting glues in the slots, and then we'll get everything all tape jointed together. We could use bar clamps, but something like this, in all honesty, I get quite the good hold when I use white tape, and I buy the more expensive kind that has good stretch to it. So I'm going to be able to make sure that this all looks nice and straight and flat in unison. Here, so I got 6, so I'm just going to put out 6 here, put the other 6 here, and make sure that we have tape. And since you're here, we'll just do this. So when it comes to stuff like this, of course I got a double-ended one here. Okay, so I'm going to do this one first. We'll put the lamellas in this one, and then we'll take our edge stand. Okay. So we're going to do this. I'm going to flip this over. Put one end up. Clear this off. Okay, we're pretty good there. And just hold it up like that if you don't mind. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little glob there in the center. You don't need a lot. Okay, this is a pretty big bottle. I have a smaller button, but right now at the moment it's kind of buried. So I have to use this. Okay, and I'll show you why in a sec here. Okay, so this is the good side, this is the bad side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it along the very edge of this seam here, right, just below the biscuits. Okay, so I'm going to just like that, all the way across there. Okay. And take it and work it in there on that side. Kind of go in between. Okay, now you got to be kind of quick about this. There is a set time. I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to squish it in there so I can feel that it's been the glue inside there. Sometimes it even squeezes out the corner. You can see a little bit squeeze on this side. And yeah, make sure that it's nice and stuck inside. Again, I just swish around that glue so you can see it of where the glue line is inside that slot. So it's quite strong. And you just squeeze it back and forth like that. And that works up good there. Okay, so like that. Yeah, if there's anything on the good side, you want to make sure that it's kind of on the way out on the opposite side. We don't care about the other side. Okay, so now we're going to flip this around. Edit that part. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it rest on the metals or the biscuits. Now repeat the process here. Okay, you want to make sure that you got enough in there that, okay, just let it seep in there. Okay, and it doesn't matter if it's off by slightly. Alright, all the way down, all the way down. Oh. Again, this is the bad side, so I'm just going to squeeze it like that. Okay. And I think this one has a little bit more glue, so you're going to see a lot more squeeze out. And I think I got a little bit too much glue on this one. I'm going to take some out. All right, let's get some of that glue out. I need a rag. Can you grab that rag? Thank you. Okay, I just had a little bit too much glue in that one slot. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we're just going to put that in. And quickly get our other biscuits in. Okay, see if it starts squeezing out the side there, just take it out, put it on the rag. Okay, make sure she's nice and even. Okay, one more. Okay, so that's good. All right, so now we're just going to set this quickly aside here. All right, so now I'm just going to now what I'm going to do, grab a spare biscuit, and it's going to spread that around. Spread this around, spread this around, spread this around, Okay. And I'm going to do the same with the other one. Make sure it doesn't slop over everything. So again, I want to be pretty fast with this because I got glue drying right now. And I don't want it to set yet. Okay, and grab that same biscuit. Okay. Alright, I'm going to take this out. Put that away. Now I got B side over here. Okay. There. Oops. And my B side here with my biscuits. Okay, we're just gonna put this together. Okay, make sure that's nice. Make sure our alignment lines are there, and they all are. I'm gonna squeeze this one in here. Give that a little squeeze there. Okay, so I think that's my most troubled area. So I'm going to start with that first. Okay, so you stick it on one side, and we're gonna get that tight, and then we're gonna pull this tight. Now that acts as a clamp. You can see it stays, keeps its position. First of all, you want to get one on both sides where each the biscuit is. Okay, so we're just gonna pat it tight, stretch it. Oh, stretch it. And I want to pull this into this centerpiece. And this is the first set of tape joints that I do. Okay, squeeze that together. All right, flex it. Thanks, Matt. Now the next thing that I do is to make sure that I'm flush. I want to make sure my alignment's right. Okay, it feels nice there, a little bit high, a little bit high. Okay, that feels pretty good. Okay, that feels nice, feels nice, a little bit high there. Okay, so I think we're good there. Let's check this one out. Feels good, feels good. Okay, so this feels pretty good. Now I'm just going to go like this and rotate. Okay, there's some glue. Just want to get it cleaned up a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do the same. And you just want to get the initial the initial joints done at the moment, and then we're going to go in between the other ones later in a minute.
Okay, let's go.
So that's good for the B side. In this case, I think I'll just tape up a couple of areas here that I want a little bit more tension on it. Close out the gap. It's not much, but it's some. All right, I think this will be good. Okay, so that's it, and we're just gonna let the glue cure, and we'll come back. We'll take off all the tape, cut this down to size, and we'll have a panel to work on. So, and we'll work on make sure that our seams are invisible as well. So stay tuned. Cheers.
Stop. I want it. I got it. I want it.